Several heads of state and international guests are expected to jet into Bloemfontein today on the eve of the ANC's centenary celebrations tomorrow. And South Africa's coal exports for last year rose by 2% to 65 million tonnes from the previous year. I'm Richard Brooks. Several heads of state and international guests are expected to jet into Bloemfontein today on the eve of the ANC's centenary celebrations tomorrow. Tule Sizwe Similani reports.
As the countdown board outside the ANC's provincial headquarters here in Bloemfontein is changed to 1 day to go, many of today's activities will center around President Jacob Zuma, his deputy Kgalema Motlanthe, and other members of the party's National Executive Committee. An intercultural festival, poetry performances, and popular musicians and DJs are billed to thrill. President Zuma will receive a gift of 50 cattle from the Abatembu clan before welcoming his fellow heads of state in a banquet later this evening, culminating in the lighting of the centenary flame at midnight.
Thousands of ANC supporters will take trains this morning to travel to Bloemfontein for tomorrow's centenary celebrations. In Cape Town, scores of card-carrying members will be departing for the Free State capital. The party's Western Cape leader, Marius Fransman, is leading the group. Serveral reports.
A large delegation of Western Cape ANC branches will take part in the Mangaung celebrations. The party says many have already departed for the City of Roses, but the remainder will leave by rail this morning to join about 100,000 people in the Free State capital, where the ANC was founded. Fransman says the organization will continue to break down the legacy of apartheid, artificial borders, inequality, and the many contradictions that divide South Africans. He says they will also work hard to ensure the effective delivery of services in poor communities.
South Africa's coal exports for last year rose by 2% to 65 million tonnes from the previous year. China took just over 13 million tonnes from South Africa last year, most of it in the fourth quarter as Chinese utilities filled stockpiles to capacity before the New Year holidays. Although India remains the biggest single market for South African coal, accounting for 16 million tonnes in 2011. China has risen rapidly to the number 2 spot. Bafana have been held to a 1-1 draw by 2012 African Cup of Nations co-hosts Equatorial Guinea in Bata. The South Africans dominated the first half but failed to score. Bafana's captain Morgan Gould received a red card in the second half, and coach Pitso Mosimane was relegated to the stands after the match commissioner complained about his conduct. Mosimane selected an inexperienced squad after clubs refused to release senior players.